Newcastle United is making headlines with their potential transfer targets this summer.
What do you mean by that?
Reports suggest that the Magpies are eyeing a shock move for Italian defender Leonardo Bonucci, who could bring valuable experience to their backline in their bid to compete in the Champions League. But that's not all. The club is also reportedly in talks to sign Harvey Barnes and Federico Chiesa, two highly rated wingers who could add firepower to their attack. However, it seems that Premier League champions Manchester City have also shown interest in one of Newcastle's integral first-team stars, Sven Botman.
I don't like where this is going.
Will the Magpies be able to hold on to their key players and continue building a team capable of competing at the highest level? Stay tuned to find out. So, the Magpies have reportedly discussed a shock move for Italian defender Leonardo Bonucci this summer, according to a report from Calciomercato via the Daily Mail. The Toon is already busy strengthening their squad for the upcoming season, with the aim of challenging on all fronts, including the Champions League. The club has been linked with several players this transfer window, including Goncalo Inacio, whom they are keen to add to their backline, and Mark Guehi of Crystal Palace, who is valued at around £60 million. However, the latest name to emerge as a potential target for Newcastle is Bonucci, who has held talks with the club over a potential switch to England this summer. While there is no offer on the table for the Italian defender yet, he is set to potentially leave Juventus this summer, with his contract set to expire next summer. The 36-year-old had a difficult season at Juventus, playing only 16 times in Serie A, with just 9 starts. He has gradually fallen out of favor at the club over the last 3 seasons, and he could be looking for a new challenge elsewhere. Bonucci has spent 12 seasons with Juventus and has played in over 500 games, featuring in the Champions League and being a regular for the Italian national team. While concerns may arise over his age profile and pace in the Premier League, his experience at the highest level could be valuable for Newcastle, especially in European competition. With Newcastle aiming to compete in the Champions League next season, the addition of Bonucci could provide a much-needed boost to their defense and provide leadership and experience to their backline.
I could see that as a very real possibility.
The Toon is certainly not afraid to spend big to strengthen their squad, and the potential acquisition of Bonucci would reinforce their ambitions to challenge for major honors in the upcoming season. As the transfer window heats up, it will be interesting to see how negotiations progress between Newcastle United and Bonucci, and whether the Italian defender will make the move to St. James Park. Then moving on, the Magpies are reportedly in talks with Leicester City over a deal for Harvey Barnes,
Yeah, boy.
who is also a primary transfer target for West Ham United.
Come on now, dawg. Come on, man.
The 25-year-old winger scored 13 goals for Leicester City in the Premier League last season, but was unable to prevent the Foxes from being relegated to the Championship. According to 90 Minutes, West Ham is advancing talks with Leicester City over Barnes, as manager David Moyes looks to bolster the quality of his attack. Meanwhile, Newcastle United has a long-standing interest in Barnes and is willing to move on Alain Saint-Maximin this summer, who has reportedly attracted interest from a number of Saudi Pro League clubs. Leicester City, who have already lost James Maddison to Tottenham Hotspur this summer, are resigned to losing more of their leading players after dropping into the second tier. Aston Villa is also keeping a close eye on developments with Barnes, having secured their own route back into European competition under Unai Emery. West Ham can also offer Barnes continental football, having secured their place in next season's Europa League after beating Fiorentina 2-1 in the Conference League final to win their first trophy in 43 years. It's clear that the race for Barnes' signature is heating up, with several top Premier League clubs vying for his services. Newcastle United fans will be hoping that their club can beat off the competition and secure the signing of the talented winger. With the Magpies set to compete in the Champions League next season, Barnes would be a valuable addition to their squad and could help them make a real impact in the competition. Then, the Magpies are also reportedly planning to sign Federico Chiesa from Juventus this summer, according to Corriere dello Sport.
Hey, that's pretty good.
The club is said to have an excellent relationship with the player's agent, Fali Ramadani, and is keen to use this as a basis to build an interesting operation that could tempt Juventus into a sale. Newcastle's recruitment team has been on fire lately, having secured the services of Sandro Tonali from AC Milan for a whopping £55 million. With Champions League football secured for the upcoming season, the Magpies are looking to be increasingly ambitious and add another Italian star to their ranks. The club's interest in Chiesa is not new, with reports earlier this week suggesting that they had already initiated talks to make a transfer happen. It's clear that Newcastle is leaving no stone unturned in their quest to build a team of young stars that can take the Premier League by storm. The next few days will see the Magpies carry out more direct surveys with Chiesa and his club, as they look to work out the feasibility of a deal happening. While there is no perceived hurry from Newcastle at this point, the club is more than happy to take their time and work out a deal without tears for all parties involved. Chiesa is a highly rated winger who has been a regular for both Juventus and the Italian national team. His pace, trickery, and eye for goal make him a dangerous player on the field, and he would be a valuable addition to any squad. If Newcastle can pull off the signing of Chiesa, it would be a huge statement of intent from the club and a sign that they are serious about challenging for top honors in the Premier League. So, Newcastle United fans, keep your eyes peeled for more news on this exciting development. Will the Magpies be able to secure the signing of Chiesa and complete their all-Italian 1-2 with Tonali?
I don't know.
Only time will tell, but one thing is for sure. The future is looking bright for the Toon army. Then finally, in a surprising turn of events, Premier League champions Manchester City have reportedly inquired about the availability of one of Newcastle United's integral first-team stars. According to reports, City officials showed interest in Dutch international centre-back Sven Botman before formally pursuing RB Leipzig's Josko Gvardiol. Botman, who joined Newcastle United last summer on a 5-year contract for a transfer fee of around €37 million, has proven to be a transformational player in defense for the Magpies. He played a crucial role in securing the club a place in next season's UEFA Champions League under the guidance of Eddie Howe. However, Newcastle officials were quick to respond to Manchester City's enquiry, with a swift and firm response that the 23-year-old would not be sold at any price in this window.
Let me put it in a language you can understand.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man!
This news comes at a time when City is actively pursuing a new central defender to potentially replace Aymeric Laporte. While Newcastle United may have rebuffed Manchester City's inquiry for Botman, it's a clear indication of the Dutch defender's value and potential in the Premier League. With the Magpies set to compete in the Champions League next season, it's clear that they will need to hold on to their key players and build a team capable of competing at the highest level. As the transfer window heats up, it will be interesting to see whether Newcastle United can continue to hold on to their star players.